Good evening, Brian. It's Thursday. So real quick, I just want to respond to your video from yesterday. You mentioned that the recording I posted on Tuesday was kind of hard to hear and there were lots of audio artifacts. And yes, I noticed that as I was recording it back, but it was the best that I could do and I thought it was a cool idea and would be worth doing it anyways. I initially actually recorded a couple of different videos similarly, but outside on the patio. And unfortunately, you could hear even less in those. For some reason, there was just sort of some basic white noise on the recording that wasn't there in real life, and I don't know if it's just a fact of the phone mic not having anything to record, and so having the white noise as a artifact or as some kind of a weird thing that happened. I'm not sure what happened. So this requires further exploration. I like the things that you suggested in your video, and I should respond to those more at a later point. However, right now it's Thursday, so it's time for a Thursday Top 5. And today's Thursday Top 5, Brian, is about why I actually kind of like having to get up early sometimes. So this morning I had to get up a good bit earlier than I usually do for an assignment, and it got me thinking and remembering having to get up earlier when I used to work at Starbucks, and how there's actually some kind of nice, interesting things about getting up. So that's what I'm talking about today. So the first thing I'll talk about is that when you're up much earlier than you usually are, and when you're up much earlier than everyone else is, everything just seems so calm and quiet. You know, when I wake up at a normal time, it's like, okay, well now it's the morning and it's the routine of getting ready in the morning and everything's busy and bustling and it's stressed and a little bit frenetic in a different way. But when you get up early, everything is just quiet. Everything is calm and there's really not anything going on, and it's just so much more serene and peaceful in the mornings being up that early. The second one is sort of related. It is that you're up before everyone else and you get to sort of be around for things waking up. And that used to especially strike me when I worked at Starbucks. You know, I'd be at work at 4:30 or even earlier sometimes, and you know, I was up before the vast majority of the city. Driving to work, the streets were empty. Nobody was outside. Most of the lights were flashing, and like the stoplights were just flashing yellow, so you could progress right through them. Like it's very eerie to be out in public spaces when there's no public there. And that neat kind of eerie feeling of being out and about before the world wakes up is really neat. And especially being around when the things start to wake up. You know, you see how slow it is, and then you start to see more and more cars, and you see delivery drivers, and you see people driving in to open up retail stores for the day, or driving in to open up restaurants or cafes for the day, and just seeing the city wake up around you is kind of a neat thing that you only get if you wake up early. The next thing is that waking up early often means that you feel like you have extra time. I just feel like in the mornings when I have to wake up early, I just have the whole day I've had of me, and it seems like there's so much more time to the day because I'm up a good bit earlier than I usually am, and that's kind of a neat, fun thing. Sort of related to that is because since you have the extra time, by the end of the day, you feel much more accomplished than you did before or would have otherwise, because the day feels so much longer and you had so much more time in it that, you know, it feels like often you get more things done and that you have just a great sense of accomplishment. You don't feel like you've squandered the day, but you feel like you got up and you made the most of it and you did the things that you had to do, and that feeling of accomplishment is really nice. And the last thing I want to talk about is probably one of the coolest parts about getting up early, is that it makes you appreciate and look forward to going to bed so much more because you're a little bit more tired, a little bit tired earlier than usual, and so, you know, you just feel that nice warm sense of accomplishment and that tiredness of having done things, and laying down in bed after a long day of having to get up early is awesome. So I'm actually about to go do that here in just a minute, but I hope you like this Thursday Top 5, Brian, and I look forward to seeing your video tomorrow.